Alright folks, welcome back to another Platinum Push video. Finally, we actually made Platinum Push this week. With the Platinum reset times it's quite difficult. But I'm just actually going to start from 30 minutes out and we're going to go through a couple of fights where I switched my ethos, or my damage dealer, into attack boots just to try and get around the reaction set meta, and it seemed to work quite well. The problem is I literally haven't been playing that much recently, so I just chucked on any old attack boots on him. So I need to work on the speed tuning them a little bit better, but as you can see, reaction procs there. So because they're all sleeping and my ethos is slower, they all wake up. And I'm able to come around once they've burnt the reaction accessory things and blow them up. So that is the theory behind it anyway. So I think this is probably one of the better ways to deal with reaction, is just to run a slow nuke with some CC, basically Kaimar's. I think he's one of the best for it. Now, I'm running Valkyrie here because these guys are faster than me. Ideally, you'd like to run like a Garp Tuck or something with block buffs so that they can't hit Swift Parry either. But as you can see there, they've all woken up, burnt their reaction stuff, and that's it. We're good to go. Right, we'll join back in here at 12 minutes 40 to go. Like I say, I put my ethos back in the speed boots just now just because I hadn't really worked out what I needed to do with it yet, but it definitely worked. Way too much attack, 7,700 odd, but I think that's going to be one of the ways to deal with reaction accessories. Please leave in the comments below any ways you guys are dealing with it. I mean, just go second teams with like a big Krisk shield or something like that. It's always a bonus. As you can see, reaction procs on Duchess there. She's one of the most annoying champions to have it on. Running Garp Tuck here just because of, well, there's no point in hitting that there. She had block debuffs, but she's a Swift Parry. So you've got a bunch of defensive champions now with Swift Parry, 50% chance, and reaction up to 75% chance. So yeah, Arena has become a big roll of the dice, I'm afraid. So not a huge fan of it. Swift Parry was a little better than reaction because it felt like you could work around it, and it was, and 50%. I still think it should be lower, but it's gotten to the point where there's plenty of stuff that can deal with it and you can get around it. But reaction is tough. It's literally seems like the only way around it is to, yeah, just let them take their turn, burn their turn, which does change the meta significantly. Here we're managing to blow these guys up pretty good though. But it's surprising the amount of people that have got full sets already, really good full sets too, so there's been some good RNG for people. Just searching for some teams just now. Working with the Duchess quite a bit just now. No point really in running in immunity, I don't believe, because you can just run Duchess, who puts up the block debuffs, or Siphi would be infinitely better. But I still do not have a Siphi, alas. But there we go, 17-second fight, not too bad. It was a tough one this week though. I felt it was quite competitive. It's maybe just because I've missed a couple of weeks of Platinum Reset, but the yeah, seemed to go up and down in between Platinum and Gold 4 a lot, especially previous to this 12 minutes. There was a good 5 minutes where I kept getting pushed out of Platinum this week. I'm quite a bit behind in reaction accessories too, so my defense isn't quite as good. As you can see, doing a slightly different defense, but it's not doing too well. But I lack in decent reaction accessories, or sets to be exact. So hopefully next couple of Clan v Clans I can get some good ones. I think this is just me mucking about with my defense here. Now, that one is definitely not. I was looking at that, but I thought, you know what? Because they've got Valkyrie in there, they've got the small speed lead and a Warlord, I'd probably wind up getting locked out. Now this is an interesting team here. I looked at this and thought, hey, 2 Skullcrowns, free win. But this guy, this little dwarf, he is a pain. So check this out. I already tried to strip him with like 550 accuracy. So unless he just 3%ed me, I can't see him having that much resistance. But I tried to get that. If I'd had that block damage off, I would have killed that team easy. But I'm assuming that was just a 3%. that I didn't manage to strip him. Unless, what's his affinity? Maybe it was a weak hit, actually. Maybe he's force affinity, actually. That could make sense. Either way, that guy's actually pretty annoying every time I seem to fight him. We've got Hell Hades here, fighting in plat. Yeah, every time I seem to fight that little dwarf, he kills me. It's annoying. 7-second farm. Let's have a look. Gwynblald. That's a crazy name. Our saga. The only thing I did notice when putting attack boots on my ethos and running them a little bit slower was great against our saga teams, because yeah, it just does so much extra damage, and it's pretty much impossible to kill on our saga team if they've got reaction accessories on them and it triggers. So right here, I'm probably just going to put block buffs back just to get more damage, and then do it again. Our Saga's still a beast though. I think when the AI change comes in as well, she's going to be a nightmare, because she'll suddenly be able to use her A3 instead of her A2. But I think my biggest mistake just now, I've been leaning towards this team where the Gurp Tuck's still quite a lot, because it is faster. But the Shamal team at the moment is actually in a pretty good position. Now this was a bad fight for me. Reaction accessory there as well. It's pretty much screwed me over. Yeah, the Shamal team's in a good position just now because there's quite a lot of our sagas running about, and he is insanely good against our saga teams, even if they have reaction accessories. So, in saying that, I've brought it back out. Probably lose this here now that I've said that. Now, what I should have done here is I've actually got the Candrathon up, so I should have just attacked that Candrathon right there, but most of the time I can survive Candrathon hits with this team with the perfect veil up, as you can see. Pretty close, but yeah, it does survive them most of the time. But the thing that makes him so good against our Saga teams is obviously you're not dealing damage to the other champions, so that's number one. Number two, he puts up ally protection at some point, and then if you because Inquisitor does so much extra damage, if you kill another champion while our Saga's got ally protection up, most of the time you'll wind up killing them both, so you get a 2-for-1. Goddamn, Warlord is the most annoying guy on defense just now. I did a little video on Basher earlier in the week. If you hadn't checked that out, please do. So he's the poor man's Warlord, but he's just not quite there. We get the strip, and hopefully no swift parry, and land a True Fear, which is good. True Fear hopefully procs on, I can't remember, yep it did, for once. But swift parry obviously procs. Now I do have a little bit more accuracy on my Inquisitors again, just to try and remove those buffs. I'm not sure why she didn't revive there, that seemed a bit strange. Because it's really handy to try and remove the unkillable proc from a swift parry with the A1. But it's not 100% chance. There we go, and we've been demoted into Gold 4 for that win. That's what you get when you're pushing Platinum. That means my defense is sucking. Deacon Armstrong should be able to deal with this. Garptuk's been a beast though. I think he's been an all-star, and because Ethos is just smacking so hard with that A3, I really don't need defense down for the vast majority of teams I face. I mean, even tanky teams with their Saga and Duchess, most of the time I'll kill them with no defense down. It's just the really top tier ones that I struggle with. But with the attack boots on, if I can figure out exactly what speed I should be running her at, or him at even, I think it should be totally fine to run it still with Gurp Tuck. And it just gives you that peace of mind that you know you're not going to get swift parried. Plus, it also, if they do survive, you know, if things like Duchess, Sify, all these people survive, then when they try and put stuff back up on them, like all the crazy buffs they do, they can't do it. So Garptuk's been a big favourite of mine for the last little while. Here's a perfect team for the Shamal effort. High resistance, bunch of tanky champions. Not the fastest team to fight this. Couldn't decide who I wanted to kill first there. They've got no revivers. That's usually the first thing you do with this team. Look for revivers, take them out, and then clean up. Now, Black Knight's actually quite an irritating champion. He's not going to win you any games, but he's quite a good stall champion, actually. I think he's a little bit underrated. Because you've pretty much got a built-in Swift parry that procs after 30% damage loss, I believe, or 30% HP loss. So if you can run him high health, high resistance, he's pretty annoying. Doesn't deal a ton of damage, but he can deal some. So 45 seconds, a wee bit slower. We're down to 2 minutes now, so this is crunch time. I can tell I'm not doing fantastic this week. I think at one point I was, about 20 minutes ago, I was quite high, but I really got caught out by a lot of the top teams this week because they've all got insanely good defenses with proper sets of reaction on them, and I struggled big time. So I dropped back down to sort of top 200, top 100. Find it a little bit easier there. More reaction, as you can see. Now, take out the Necrit first. Unfortunately, he has Swift Parry, which makes life awkward. And there's reaction. So that's reaction procs on our Saga, and you can see how much damage she actually took still from Inquisitor. That's the amount of damage this guy does. But look, like I said earlier, I got a 2 for 1 there because I'm dealing so much extra damage to that Duchess. He just blows them both up. So that was a good one. Yeah, that's what I mean. He is in a really good position right now, I think, this team. If I could just get it a little bit faster. I mean, the biggest problem with that team is I get caught out every so often by a really fast Sify slash, what you call it, Warlord combo. So, I mean, a really fast Sify is going to be like 370, 380. And then 10% boost into like a fast Warlord. See, look at that. Reaction accessory, no problem at all. Blows up our Saga. Because you get 3 hits at it, the 3 hits seem to trigger differently. So if your first hit's reaction, the second 2 might not. Blow them up, put some fears down. Now, right here, I don't know why I didn't take out the Reviver. That was just stupid. Because she does all the healing as well. So that has slowed this fight right down. I probably would have finished it in the next 5-10 seconds if it wasn't for that. But made a bit of a mistake there, and now I've drawn myself out into a bit of a longer fight, and I've actually just missed the cutoff for Platinum. So that was like 1 minute to go when I started this fight. And if I remember correct, I think the whole fight, obviously a Swift Parry procs here, I'm pretty sure, yep. Yeah, that happened. So I think the whole fight was about 120. So would have had one more win under the belt if I had played this one a little better, which might have helped. I mean, one win can make such a difference at this point. It could be like 50 places almost. And there we go. Platinum reset done. Let's have a little look at how we did. So 148, not very happy about that this week, but it's not too bad. First one in a few weeks. Didn't really play that well, to be honest. I had quite a lot of losses. My defense was a different defense than I normally run. As you can see, trying a Tormund sort of base defense. Not many folk using Krisk just now. I thought I'd blast him out. Had a few wins. Attacked quite a bit in the last 10 minutes, but not a crazy amount. 2 wins in the last 10. Maybe about 8 or 9 attacks. Picking up a few wins here and there. I think my previous defense was working a little better. But all in all, not too bad. I mean, Tormund forces them at least to use immunity. Or some form of block debuffs, Sify, Duchess, anyone like that. So yeah, that is the platinum push done for this week. I'm just going to leave you with my free-to-play account, grinding Dragon, because it is the Dragon tournament on this week. So leave in the comments below if any of you guys are grinding for Dragon. I know I'm going to be definitely doing it on both accounts, especially the free-to-play. It's going to be good to get some, hopefully, top quality speed gear on this account. But my main account, I'm probably going to go to town on it. I was a little disappointed to see that they didn't put anything remotely good on the global rewards. Now, not that I would be able to even go for that, because the whaling out in the next few days is going to be absolutely off the charts. But I had a suspicion that they maybe would put in something like, I don't know. I mean, I remember it was like months and months and months ago, they actually had like legendary champions up for grabs on like the global reward, and also I'm pretty sure there was one for the normal ladder reward as well. So you had a good chance, like 1 in 100, of actually getting that. But unfortunately, they didn't seem to put anything in. They had like a 5-star chicken, I believe, for the normal ladder, which is better than nothing. But a little disappointed for that. I also see they're now selling multi battles, which is pretty nuts. I have to admit, I didn't expect them to do that, considering they can just use like Oh My God Click or any of these sort of decent programs, which are infinitely better. But at some point, I just don't understand why they don't add in, just free multi battles unlimited, because it's not like it's a massive advantage or anything. It'd just be so much handier to have it that's in the game. But anyway, guys, that's another rant for another video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave in the comments below how you did this week in Platinum. I should be back for Platinum pushes the next few weeks running anyway, because I don't have too many commitments during reset time. But yeah, that's it, guys. Have a great day. Peace.